how we moving episodes back to back. Like Jerome said, double cheeked up on the twice. I slapped you 2 times. Like he slapped Franklin so hard. Like the scene was so intense. I'm like mad at Jerome. I'm mad at everybody, but I feel sorry for the family all at the same time. Like, let's talk. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss Snowfall season 6 episode 2. Sit down. Like, before we get into all things, we slapping the mess out of each other in public in front of people and pulling a gun out. I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss. We can't come back. We cannot come back. The possibility of, forgiveness and maybe a comeback was, presented in this episode. But after the sit down, that's it. This is it.
Go back.
Now that you guys have hopefully subscribed to see more of me, let's get into this episode. Beverly is dead. Like, I did not expect for her to die. I thought we would, see her condition, see her state, and that would be the revelation of, wow, Jerome did this? No, she is dead. We caused Jerome overly strong ass brain hemorrhage, skull fracture. She is dead. Clearly, Franklin, with the look on your face in this hospital, you underestimated your uncle. Everything is just escalating so quickly, with Franklin feeling like, I want to be petty, I can one-up you. When we go to meet with Ruby to talk about the placement in the KGB, what they can do, it's an exchange of service. If you give us information on Teddy, give us evidence, the whole CIA, then we can help you. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I want Teddy alive. Like, you want to torture him? Like, okay, I don't blame you, but not even that would be enough. Just, for good measure, I'm not really dealing with Teddy anymore, but I can give you his contacts though. Louis and my Uncle Jerome. I was like, oh, damn. This is, that first instance of Franklin really low-key jumping the gun, because via Sissy, we need to repair. You guys need to talk. She invites Jerome over for, a family dinner. So I was like, where the family at? Oh, how the mighty has fallen. You guys need to, put this back together, have that sit down, and you need to talk. Problem is, we didn't already gave them, CIA names. We have already put the bug in the ear to Kane, who has waken up already, and he is all the way pissed. What you mean you don't know where they at? What you mean they your whole aunt and uncle? I need you to give me a place and time so I can take Louis out. I may be paralyzed forever from the waist down. She has to go. But you remember, that last episode of season 5, he goes to whisper in his ear. Instantly, it was Louis. Like, you might have jumped the gun. But Franklin has told Ruby all of his business from the beginning with Teddy, and this absolutely worries me. I feel like they are too trusting with the KGB, especially Sissy. I felt like Franklin had the right to, feel a little like, I'm just not really all that sure about this, especially with them trying to come at the CIA. We know all too well the CIA is always protected, always covered, even when all the wrongdoing happens. But who goes to jail, get locked down for years, get the book gets thrown at them, the lower dealer that is on the totem pole, like Franklin. But Sissy feels like they are not only going to serve up Teddy on a platter, but they are going to protect her as well as Franklin. But of course, Sissy is trying to play peacemaker. We can see here in this episode that Franklin has told her what Jerome has done, and it's just like, oh, we don't need this to go any further. What exactly do you want to have happen here? How do you want this to end? I want my money, I want my 73 million, and I want my woman and my baby, and I want my yacht and my plane. Like, even if we were to maybe get there, and I don't feel like we are, what does it all really mean if your family is in shambles and you don't have anybody there with you? Like, Franklin at this point is so tough and so hardened. He's trying to act like, he could care less about anything. It's just all about me, my needs, my want. If it's not about my baby, my money, and my mama, I do not care. As far as I'm concerned, Jerome and Aunt Louie are enemies. It's really not all that simple, because if they were, you wouldn't be trying to have a sit down. You wouldn't be having second thoughts about giving their names to the KGB, or Kane looking for them and wanting to take them out. And the same thing goes for Jerome. Like, Jerome trying to sign it's rats. It was like, Jerome, stop. It was rats. It was rats in the warehouse. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. Like, everybody need a little side scratch. Just, get a little side snatch. Go get, some hoes and just lay up while we get everything together. Like, no, I am about family. Once again, we have that, that theme of family being presented in an episode. We already saw it with Trish and what can happen there. And Jerome is just looking like, this is not anything I want to be a part of. And then you have somebody who is clearly in the same dealings that they are. We're here to buy drugs and all this other good stuff, but I'm not about, missing my son's birthday or, cheating on my wife. I have loyalty and I have family, something that they no longer have. They are really scrambling to get things together. We don't have, a location, a warehouse. There are eyes being placed on us with, the police. Kane has a whole hit out. He is ready to take me and Louie out at any moment. And oh hell, Scully just hit me on the celly. Like, oh. Sully's whole aura and energy, sensei geisha origami, like, sir, his hamburger hot dog phone, like, y'all don't need to make that right, karma, baby. Like, Scully is insane, first of all. But your sister didn't just hit you up, invite you to dinner. You think that was a coincidence? Now fix your family or everything's going. He ain't lying. Scully is a whole lot of things, but he is telling the truth. Your family is severely fractured. Maybe if you fix that and all of you, come together, something can really happen. I love when Sissy said, like, you ever thought about that maybe this is exactly what Teddy and everybody else wants us to do, tear each other apart so he doesn't have to deal with it. What the hell you mean am I gonna go? My sister invited me to dinner, I'm going. Like, Louie does not want to hear any of that. Louie feels like we have came too far to go back. I don't care about that being your little nephew. Like, he pulled a gun. He was about to kill me. Like, what are we meeting up with dinners for? Like, and that's when we get into Jerome really low-key wanting to still savage what they have as a family. He still, values his sister, and sees Franklin as his nephew. Like, we still continue to, nephew. Like he called him, Saint or little Franklin, you are still my freaking nephew. And then, you have Sissy, like, so what are you gonna do? Like, why you always putting it on me? You always having his back, always lifting up him like he a little angel. What about me, Sissy? When are you gonna have my back the way that you have his? Your son is problematic, girl. Yeah, he is. They're like, girl. It's almost like Sissy is kind of disconnected from reality. It's just like, it's like she's on some secret Mission Impossible type thing. Even when towards the end of the episode, when they are arguing and Jerome says, your mama losing her damn mind. I was like, we are not, too far removed from that. Because even with all of this going on, Sissy can't really see past the vengeance and what she wants. I want Teddy. Okay, but when you get Teddy and you feel like, this is going to satisfy you losing Alton, then what? The disconnect is absolutely happening all around. Not only is Sissy a little detached, but you have Franklin rolling up. Yeah, hey little man, you want me to buy you some ice cream? Like, no, I don't want anything from you. I see you exactly for who you are. Franklin wants so much to still be that innocent neighborhood good guy. No, you are not that. Something has happened to my mom. She might be dead, and I feel like you had a hand in that. I don't want you to give me no ice cream. Even the same thing, we're going to talk to Dallas, whatever you need, how much time. It's like, yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. No, I am done. I am walking away. I want no parts of this. My part, it's Ronnie and Tricks. Like, we like this. She is gone. Like, a mother to, two children is gone. I am going to take these kids, take care of them, and get out of freaking Dodge. Like, Franklin is officially that dilla. I'm your mother, I'm your daddy, I'm your nigga in the alley. What you want, what you need, got some coke, got some weed. I'm your push. He is like pusher man to the 12th power. And like most drug dealers who are at the status that Franklin is at, it does not hit you and you don't feel what everybody else around you is feeling until it hits your own. Until the product and all the killing is, maybe Jerome. Maybe he probably wouldn't care about Louis. Maybe, your mom or, your baby mama and your daughter. Then it's, I shed so many tears. Like, no. I don't know what it's going to take for anybody to wake up. I feel like this season we are going to lose a family member or two. It's just a question of who it's going to be. Speaking of family members, we meet V's mom this episode, and she is with the shits, okay? I low-key kind of like V's mom energy, like it's a whole like espionage, secret spy type situation. We speak in all of this French. You can tell that she is well versed in multiple languages, like she been still in different continents. But I just love that whole exchange that she has with her daughter. We know that V feels some type of way about her mother, but she loves Franklin so much and she wants to help. Let me call somebody who can maybe help us get that $73 million back. Even when we get into Franklin, like, I don't want to meet with your mom. Like, he has this complex of just feeling like what I'm doing isn't, as bad as what you did. He feels like, he's a little superior. Like, yeah, didn't you leave her? Like, yeah, is she not pregnant and running around to Miami, life always in jeopardy, running around with you? Like, are you not a burden? Excuse me? But Franklin is having a problem, even though, like, you can totally see that the mom knows all about money laundering and all the connections and what Teddy may have had to do to wire the money and steal it in the first place. Hello, she was dropping, look, facts. I was like, okay. Like, she was so cool and just so unbothered. Like, I'm not impressed about any of this. Like, I'm trying to protect my daughter and I want 20%. But, I'll take 10 since you all in your feelings. But I just love the fact that she kind of called Franklin out. Like, boy, don't come over here with all of that. I'm here for my daughter. Don't come over here acting like you are, innocent. You're not. But even with all of that and V having that nasty past with her mother, not even wanting to just really exchange, like, I want to be a part of my grandchild's life, this, that, and the third. But what I need to do to figure out how to get your money back and who the connect might be, I need 2 tickets to Panama and I need V to come with me. I'm like, oh, she gonna come with you, huh? Like, they really trying to set V up to look real. Like, so what y'all doing? Where y'all going? Y'all going together? Like, it just looks really suspicious. Like, if they have it set up to where, because she has her name's on the account, she did it herself. Like, if it's set up in the end for this to all be like, wow, out of all people, V ran off on the plug twice, she ran off with the money and the baby, that would be interesting. If you think about it, all of the real downfalls that Franklin ever had were all connected to a woman. We already had, the ongoing situation with Mel. There was T, and now we have V. All right. But we also have Gustavo and Teddy here. Gustavo is like on freaking edge, like all the way up here. I am so glad that Gustavo has, the inconspicuous, stoic, like brute of a man, glasses. like persona about himself, because if he was regular and he was trying to lie and be low-key, child, it would not work. He is so freaking nervous. He has taken them to the tunnel. I was like, wow, he's like a real informant. We of course know that he really doesn't have much of a choice, but I just feel like we're gonna lose Gustavo. Like Gustavo ain't gonna make it out of this, because he, like, the fact that we consistently have the agent, the cops or whatever, like, underestimating Teddy. Like, no, when I said to put it in the records that I took my son to the hospital, you were supposed to do that shit immediately. You were supposed to handle it. You handed it over to another person, and they're doing it when they feel like it. He is continually being told to calm down. You need to chill. Like, no, I know who I am dealing with. I have been working with Teddy for a very long time. He double checks every single thing. If I am caught lacking, I am gonna die. Like, even with that, this puts the battery into Gustavo's back to, you know, meet up with Franklin later on in the episode with that picture of Ruby, who he realizes, I know what this sketch is from. This is from Louis and Jerome's wedding. Like, let me try to, you know, kind of get back into Teddy's good graces, apologize to Franklin, you know, I'm sorry that I couldn't help you. I'm sorry he took your money, but, you know, for a little something, you know, I was like, no. I already know exactly who this is and how you know who he is. Like, first of all, you need to put that picture down. Mind your business and keep that picture on the low. You don't know what you're getting into, but Gustavo felt like, you know, if I can connect who is after us, get a hold of Ruby and pass this information along to Teddy, then, you know, I'll still look like, you know, regular old dependable Gustavo, and not like I'm lying and I have officers in my back pocket who want to take him down. And even though Franklin is pissing me off, like, he is so far from the Franklin that we know, like, he gets on my nerves. Like, Franklin's a whole drug dealer, murderer out here. I love Franklin's energy and how he is moving. Franklin whole energy says, gotta be quicker than that. Like, you thought you had something, you ain't had nothing. Now, we also have other plots happening. We have Sissy, you know, being the good Samaritan that she is. You know, I've been doing a little too much dirt with KG. I need to go open the shelter. She goes to reopen the vet shelter. And then we also have Teddy. Teddy is still running around with Panera Bread, like, trying to figure out, you know, the whole, we got the sketch and the Ruby and the, I just really, that wasn't there. Let's get to what we came to talk about. Them two slaps, like. We have Jerome and Franklin decide to meet up in the sit down, and that sit down held so much weight, in my opinion, to have them have that sit down the same way that Franklin used to have those sit downs and those meetups with Teddy, as to say, like, this is a full-blown freaking enemy and you are sitting across the table from your own freaking uncle. The hurt that was coming up off of Uncle Jerome when he went through the whole spew of, you know, how Sissy even got there, what it was like for him when he first came out to LA, finding his footing, finding his place, feeling alone, you know, trying to protect his sister and be there when Elton was kind of falling off the wagon, and then just finally having Franklin, you know, this is something, you know, fresh, something that is connected to me and my sister, someone that I can be here for, raise, and he is going to be incredible. But look at you now, like, oh, he's so hurt. Jerome is so freaking hurt and wants so badly to just be done with this. All Jerome ever wanted to do, you know, it was cute to make a little money, you know, he really, like, low-key got into it, like, the most to protect Franklin, but it's just gone so far. Like, Jerome is in no way innocent, but we know, you know, out of everybody here, him and Sissy, family has always been a really big thing, you know, that whole sense of protection and providing, which is why he sticks so closely to Louis. You know, this is my woman. I need to be here for her. I not only need to protect her, but you are my nephew. Is it my fault that you turned out to be this sneaky, conniving, cutthroat, bitch-made ass nigga? I was like, oh! Like, the fact that that was what, you know, really woke Franklin up, like, wow, like you saw them eyes begin to willow, like that's how you feel about me as my uncle. But when we had Jerome pouring his heart out, like, I thought that you were going to be incredible, you know, I was raising you, I was here, like it was everything. Franklin isn't listening. Franklin is giving that smug, like, I ain't here to talk about, that smirk that he loves to give during these meetups. And it's just like, yeah, I don't give a damn about that. But as soon as he calls you out at the moment for what you actually are, then we have to come out and sling mud. Mind you, Jerome did not show up for that. He really wanted to sit down and have a heart-to-heart with his nephew. He's tired. Like, I'm freaking tired. But we took this moment and turned it into something else, you know, or should you be thanking me? You owe me for every single thing that you have, your woman have. You have it because of me. You ain't have nothing. You was doing nothing and going nowhere. I was like, wow! You was waiting on your bitch to come down after that show. I was like, well, like, man, it was just like, I just couldn't believe like what was happening. Just couldn't believe that this was happening. Like, Franklin just couldn't see through to Jerome's soul or, you know, his heart. He just really sees an enemy. Like, I don't want to hear about any of that. You could have had so much more. You could have been so much more. You know, all you had was dime bags on the Porsche subwoofers. Like, yeah, and now look what I have. What do I have, nephew? We absolutely have nothing. I'm not taking value in you know, the momentary, you know, the money, all the lavishness. What about, you know, all the bodies? All the, you know, people losing their lives? What about the drugs? What about the cops? What about constantly having to look over my shoulder? We had so much more when we were a family that didn't have shit. Like, Franklin doesn't see this. Franklin begins to, you know, turn up that ante. Franklin says, like, you was corrupted by that. And, like, disrespects Louis, even though I was like, well, we already know how I feel about Louis. But he's just like, stop, you know, don't do that. That's not what's, we not gonna do that. Like, I'll slap it, I'm gonna break your jaw. Like, he gave him a warning. Then it's, wow, I was like, he slapped him so freaking hard. And that just goes to show how far removed Franklin is from where he was, or even their relationship. Way back when, a slap from Uncle Jerome would have probably taken Franklin out. No, we got 2 slaps. When I tell you he slapped the change out of Franklin, you know them 2, you know, you got little 2 quarters, you put them in your lane. Let me put this 50 cents. You know that the little pocket that's inside the pocket. Jerome slapped the change out of Franklin's pockets. Like, just, you ain't gonna do shit. Like, what? Like, who are you talking to? You are forgetting that I'm still your family. I'm still your uncle. And you are in here trying to handle me like I'm some nigga off the street. Like, recognize me, see me. It's just like, no, I see you no different than I see, you know, anybody else who is trying to take from me. So much so that in a restaurant full of people, not only are we slapped, Franklin pulls out a whole gun and puts it in his uncle's face. Like, the fact that Jerome didn't have anything to say, but just do it. Like, just do it. The whimpering and like the acting in the whole scene. I'm gonna have to look up awards and stuff for this show because I feel like they haven't, you know, yet to just get a whole lot of praise. Like, the acting was phenomenal. Jerome just saying, do it. I'm just that tired. I'm just that exhausted. I don't even care. Take me out of my misery, nephew. Do it. You don't put it in my face. Just do it. Like, oh, then, you know, Franklin does what he does best. Yeah! Just so frustrated. I can't kill you. You know, you're my uncle, but you pushing it. I came here because my mama told me. Like, just, it's just over. Like, the look that Jerome gave little Tisha when he's like, it just seems like Jerome has just completely given up. And of course, we have Franklin go outside and take his frustrations out on the steering wheel, and then he gives that look at the camera like, this this is just it. I just feel like it is just so over for this family, and it's just so sad to see, you know, the drugs and the money just take them under. We always knew that it was going to get here and this was, you know, low-key how it was going to end, but just to see it happen, you know, 6 seasons later, crazy. Well, you guys, that was my review for Snowfall episode 2 season 6. Sit down. Oh, we don't need to sit down no more. Please tell me how you felt about it. Did you enjoy my review, what I had to say? Are you looking forward to more? You guys want me to keep talking about the show? Because, you know, y'all post, it's like, I don't want to watch that. Like, damn, I was editing forever, but y'all not gonna watch it or whatever. Like, I look forward so much to reading you guys' comments. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting me. I see you guys next time. Bye.